Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, or I guess we'll just see where the energies are at for you whilst you're watching this video. I'm going to do a little sound bowl. You can skip ahead to your messages if you would like to, but I just want to say that as I was pre-shuffling and getting into your energy, Virgo, the song that came to mind was Sunshine, Lollipops, Rainbows by Leslie Gore. I had to Google it. I didn't know if that was actually the song title, but maybe go check out the lyrics, or if someone can put it down below in the comment section, then maybe you can read about it. But I believe it's about a relationship, but again, I'm not super familiar with the song, but apparently so from what I looked at it. All right, but anyway, so that could be good. Maybe you guys be meeting someone, or someone's feeling very lucky to have you if you're already in a relationship or stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna take a deep breath. If you want to join me, feel free. Okay, my lovely angels. I was hearing Garfield. I don't know if that means anything for anyone. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. Let's see what's going on for my gorgeous Virgos. Please, Spirit. Ooh, the Chariot. Chase your dreams and goals. Anyways, let's see what's going on for Virgos, please. Anything I need to hear right now. Observer. Okay, so this is about chasing your dreams and goals, but Observer is really about thinking about where you want to go. So some of you might need to get really clear and specific about where do you want to go. It's time to observe it, right? Think about it, create vision boards, if you will, so you can get really, really clear. I always say with this card, don't limit yourself on what you're capable of, right? This fox is looking at the moon and usually would be like, well, that's kind of crazy. How on earth is a fox going to get to the moon? But actually it ends up getting there in this deck. So you can, you can, so you will is the affirmation I want you guys to say, okay? Anyways, let's see. So this is a really good time to really observe what's going on around you. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What does it look like? What does it feel like to you? All right, because nothing is impossible with this card. You never know what the present moment can really bring you. There could be something in your life already that's going to take you there, right? Maybe it's a certain idea. It's going to launch you where you want to go in life, or, you know, a person that might already be around you that end up being your forever soulmate, right? There's something going on under the surface. It's an egg. You can't really see what's inside here. Something going on in your present is going to be able to give you that rocket to get to the moon of where you want to go. But anyway, enough of the metaphors. Anything else for Virgo? What's going on for my Virgos? I'm seeing a lot of 222s going on here. Keep your heart open. Libra energy. I love how that jumped out over there. Keep your heart open. Okay, that's really good for relationships. So I like that. It's also just wanted to mention I got my amethyst there and they were pointing that out to me just then as I was picking it up, which is also about healing. So this could just be a really good time of healing. Certain things going on in your heart that maybe you're aware of already or not aware of might still be impacting you. But keep your heart open. Don't let the world turn you cold, Virgo. All right. Just keep boundaries and barriers, which is also what Libra energy is about. Balance, but don't close your heart up and turn it cold. Keep your heart open. It's also about receiving love, even from the universe too. So don't close yourself off. Be open to receiving. I'm seeing Empress energy for you. All right, let's see. 3 cards for Virgo. Seeing like really strong eyeliner. Renewal, that just came out for Leo, I believe. So you are entering a new period of life where you're exiting a really scarce energy, right? I always say your personal winter. So when we think about winter, trees are really in survival mode. They have to drop all their leaves and sacrifice those so that they can focus on their core growth, all right, and not waste any energy on things that, you know, are taking from them. So you may feel like you've lost a lot of things lately, or you've had to let go of a lot of things so that you can retain your energy towards surviving. But you're entering now, you're in a middle of entering your personal spring, which is about new life, new energy, new ideas, right? When we think of spring, we see a lot of new life, and also more, the sun is shining more, the world is getting warmer, right? You're no longer going in survival mode, you're entering your thriving mode. So I love that for you. Could be because of some inner work that you're doing, right? Renewal is base chakra here, so it's really about your identity could be changing. The way that you show up in the world is changing. Affirmations you could be telling yourself could be changing things around you too. But anyway, let's see what else going on for my Virgos. quest. Now that's upside down. I don't really read reversals, but that looked pretty intentional. The story behind this card is that sometimes we feel like I need to be here in order to start my quest, right? But Spirit's really reminding you with this card that you're already on the right path, right? Everything you've lived, no matter how morbid it may have been, is all actually in a way aligning you to certain things that you need to become. So sometimes it's lessons we needed to learn, right? So Spirit's kind of saying with this, life doesn't have to be a big old quest. You're already living your purpose by being here in this world, okay? So I feel like sometimes that's an important message. But let's see. A little bit of grounding necessary here. Anything else for my Virgos? Also, something really important what I'm seeing here as well is like sometimes we feel like we need to be in surviving mode, right? We have to work hard, which is true, right? Working hard, there's nothing wrong with it, but it almost feels like there is this, I don't know what it is, but they're telling me it's a belief system. So now that you're entering thriving mode, it's almost like it doesn't have to be so hard to have the things that I want and desire. That's an affirmation I feel like you guys are embodying or needing to, where it's like, I don't have to, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like that's what's changing, is that you no longer have to be sacrificing for results. It's like things can be easy. And it's reminding me of affirmations that people say about maybe finances or whatever. So that could be important for you guys. Entering thriving mode, where it's like, maybe it's like that you now see yourself as worthy of it, right? There's something about that where it's like, yeah, it's something about that. I love it actually a lot. Because it's almost like I need to be XYZ in order to live in my purpose and have this beautiful stuff that I want for myself. But that's not the truth here. It's like I have to go through, troubled waters in order to have these things. But it's Spirit saying, no, that's not the right way of looking at it. You're already on the right path. So you don't have to sacrifice. It's interesting that. So this was a perspective or a mindset that's changing and changing your identity, how you show up in the world, and therefore changing how the world shows up for you. So important. Your base chakra is very important. And it also has a direct link with your financial standpoint, by the way, also. So let's just put that on the table there. So you have growth, but then you also have impasse, which impasse is a blockage. But growth is important too, because it feels like even though there might be a blockage, maybe, you have to change direction, right? Maybe something is blocking your path and you have to go a different way about it. But that might be a blessing in disguise, because growth here is really about the fact that you're still going to be growing nonetheless. I want to see why they came out together though. This is of course heart chakra. So keep your heart open, even if you are facing blockages or challenges right now, right? Especially for those who are like, oh my God, how many no's am I going to get, right? How many blockages am I going to reach? Okay, let's figure it out. Let's move these out of the way. Let's dive into your tarot, my angels. If you enjoy the reading so far, please like and subscribe as well, my lovely Virgos. But anyway, let's see what's going on. What's the energy? Okay, what's the energy going on? 8 of Pentacles. Yes, you are going to start to see results. 8 of Pentacles is really about mastering your skills and your abilities, and your really knuckling down on your expertise. So this is a really important time, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here, to really research, learn more, because you're going to see a lot more growth here. So it could be a good time for, again, education, or pacing yourself, right? Taking things very seriously, not rushing anything is really something I want to say about this. But this is also a really good card for seeing your finances increase. Okay, the hard work that you're going to be doing at this time is going to start paying off for you, which is awesome. Okay, but it is a good card for perfecting your skills and abilities. All right, anything else? What's the energy of Virgo during this time? 2 of Swords. You're having to make a decision. This kind of feels a bit like impasse, right? Needing to use your intuition when making a decision. We'll dive into that a little bit deeper, but it could also be this renewal, because this almost looks like she's in the middle of these 2 worlds, and you are too. But how it's showing up in your real world is that you're actually in the middle of two choices. So one could be the same as the past, or again, one could be a path that's a lot more troubled, right? Survival mode. And another one could be in thriving mode. So I wonder if that's to do with, again, abundance of some kind. Let's see. Okay, what is the challenge of this at this time? What's the challenge at this time for Virgos? the Ten of Cups, your challenge is, your happily ever after, what that looks like to you. Maybe it is about finding happiness after the storm. That's a bit of a challenge. Could be about community being a challenge for you also. But feeling happy seems to be the challenge here. But let's see. You're currently going through some stormy times. All right, what's the advice that you have for Virgo? I saw 10-10, so that could be about completion. Your advice, Page of Wands. It's allowed to be fun. It's allowed to be fun. The world. Yep. Look at that. And the Three of Cups, this is amazing. This is really about building a community, right? Having really great friends, showing up as the most confident, beautiful version of yourself. The world is really about, also for me, it's of course a new cycle, new beginning, ending of old cycles, beginning of new ones. But for me, it's also identity shifts. So for some of you, I feel like working on how you show up in the world is also very important. Having more fun. Okay, let's dive in. Why is the Eight of Pentacles the energy of right now, or the energy of the week? Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. So interesting, that's jumping on top of quest. Some of you are getting very clear on what you need to do and where you need to go. And it could be because of what you're doing in this observer. Visualizing, so important. Some of you need to really sit down and meditate and visualize, what do you want? Or think about it, right? Sometimes it's just really about not just planning. I want you to understand what you want first before you plan, because then it's going to help you, give you more dedication to what you're working on and more clarity. So you know what skills you need to work on in order to have those things, whether it be money management, whether it be business management, whether it be a certain course you need to go into so that you know how to get to this moon. Ace of Swords and quest tells me you're going to get some clarity about a sense of direction. And Eight of Pentacles, this is going to be a very important sense of direction. And Eight of Wands, if you don't know, Eight of Wands is my favorite card for going in the right direction. So this also jumped on top of Page of Wands being your advice. So really good time to, again, not only have fun with the Page of Wands, but some of you do need to put yourself out there, right? Go have some fun, go chat to some people, go make some friends, and also communicate. Maybe it's a really good time to communicate your ideas or launch them, or feel more optimistic and creative about your journey and where you're going. But ultimately, Eight of Wands is great, especially with the other 8 here. If you don't know, also, 8s for me, just like 5s, are about changes, but they're not so much changes where it's like, has to happen, it's kind of free will. I always see it as like what you put out into the world comes back to you. It's very different than the 5. 5 is like something needs to change. This is chaotic, crazy. Something needs to change here. But the Eight of Pentacles is like, I don't know, it's more free will. I feel like it's more about what you're putting out into the world. Maybe it's more within. So either way, I love this energy. You're changing what you're putting out into the world. Maybe how you're speaking to yourself, how you're showing up in the world. I don't know what it is. Affirmations are really going crazy in my head right now. So it could really be important for you. But either way, Ace of Swords is awesome. Victory, a new beginning, clarity, truth. Love it so much. So maybe that makes sense with here. You're making a decision, one that you're feeling called to. But let's clarify the Two of Swords in your energy. Why is this Virgo's energy? Eight of Cups. You are having to walk away from something that is an impasse right now. So impasse is something that's blocking the way, or again, a challenge. It could be certain feelings and emotions that might be, making you feel less confident in yourself, less like you want to shine out there in the spotlight here. What is this Eight of Cups? It's also a decision, most likely to leave something behind. Tower card reverse. The Ace of Swords. So Tower card reverse. It may be, that something is a little bit, it is walking away from something, but it might not be as destructive as a tower. Or again, you might be preventing a tower moment. Maybe you want, I don't know. Let's see. What's the Two of Swords about here? In Virgo's energy, Knight of Cups. So that is making a decision to put your heart out there, be open, be vulnerable, do something that might be a little bit, scary for you to begin with, right? Knight of Cups is about moving through difficult feelings and emotions, more often anxiety in this card, to get to new territory. So really maybe coming outside a comfort zone, but being honest and open with yourself about how you feel, to put yourself out there. So what is the impasse? Temperance. Hanged Man. Can I look at the Tower reverse? Five of Wands, that's conflict, right? But the Tower is like, it's not so much a falling out, it's a conflict. So I don't know if you guys are healing connections here, where there might be a blockage. I wonder if this is an emotional blockage too. Let me think about it. Maybe this is an impasse to your growth. That might be why they came out together. But instead of like, hearing whale, don't know why. I wonder if they have a spiritual meaning. Temperance. So instead of giving up on something, I want to know what the blockage is. What exactly is the blockage? What's the impasse? The Lovers. It could definitely be a choice. But like the angel here, she's also got her hands open like this. The same as renewal. So some of you, I mean, it could be in terms of love, impasse could be, is this going anywhere? Do we need to make a choice to break up? We're conflict, we're arguing, something's not making me happy anymore. Knight of Cups says a heart to heart, and speaking to each other in a way that maybe you've never spoken to each other before, doing something together that you've never done before can actually mend something for some, by the way. So the Tower card reverse would be that you're avoiding a Tower moment to fix an actual conflict that might be blocking the way. By the way, but that's just for a few of you out there. But a lot of you, it does feel like a choice of how you're dealing with the blockage. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep this in mind, so don't worry. It's about your choices, making a different choice. Knight of Cups, a more vulnerable, open choice. What's that about? Okay, so instead of like running away from maybe what you feel like you need to do, you're actually just going in. The Sun reversed with the impasse. There's a path that's not going to make you very happy, that Spirit's blocking you from. They're the Lovers. That could be with a person, not going to lie. It may mean, again, that maybe the way that you guys have been dealing with something, if it is a relationship, I just have to mention it, that might not be leading you down the right path. Or if it's with a person, again, and you feel like you keep reaching blockages and nothing's going to change that, and again, it could be that maybe this is not right for you. Either way, I feel like you're addressing a decision now that you need to make that, again, gives you fear because there's so much unknown. Is this the right choice? Is this not? But the Knight of Cups is like you're following your heart and where you're feeling guided to go, what you're feeling guided to do, and putting yourself out there with what you feel guided to do intuitively. And when you do that, I really feel like this sun is going to turn upside down. You're going to make a right decision. So I still don't know what the impasse is, but I'm assuming that you might know. Something that is being blocked for a reason, because something needs to be addressed. Knight of Cups. What is that? For some of you, it could be a path towards your own abundance here. So Knight of Wands would be that winter. So with the Four of Cups, this is kind of feeling a bit like a scarcity mindset of fear that everything's going to come crashing down. So you'd rather stay in your comfort zone than to put yourself out there, right? Knight of Wands, you've been through chaos in your life. So some of you might be afraid of opening your heart up to new people, to new connections because of this fear. What if I get hurt again? Or, what if this is all I can get, right? For those in relationships with people who, again, are not really good for you, don't make you happy, just for some, okay? You might be, being a bit sneaky in a decision that you should make just to keep something that's familiar and comfortable, but it's not working for you. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, one that's extremely going to bring you a lot of abundance in your life. And again, this is not relationship for everyone. It could even be career path or something here, or just your way of being, right? Sticking to things that are comfortable, giving it overly the benefit of the doubt, even though it's showing you no result and is keeping you stuck in a survival mindset. So Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. The Fool, taking a leap of faith on this new beginning where you're feeling guided to go. A Nine of Pentacles, financial freedom, also independence, loving your journey a lot more, feeling like you're feeling, a lot more blessed. And of course, following your gut instinct and intuition is going to lead you towards a lot of success and victory. So why is the Ten of Cups in a challenge position? The Strength card, courage. Keep going, Virgo. Keep freaking going. You're so close to a sword. You just have to make this decision. Page of Wands reverse. Justice. Ooh. The devil is like working on your fears. So that could be an energy that you're trying to bring into balance here. So you can have more fun with something for sure. Some of you could be going through a divorce. It doesn't have to be for everyone. But if you are, and that's what you're feeling guided to do, that's what your intuition is telling you, I think it's going to be very beneficial to you. But that's just for those who are already thinking about it. Because the devil can represent just fears. Definitely an imbalance is attachments to something. And it could be, again, survival mode. It's something that makes us feel safe, but it's not really. Okay, anyway, so 10 of Cups is really about your happiness, right? Surrendering, letting go, surrendering to the divine is really what's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Let go of the past, nothing you can do there to change it. Ace of Cups, brand new beginning emotionally, right? The Page of Wands, why is this the advice for Virgo? So this is kind of giving a lack of action. So the Page of Wands could be, taking the first step or being a little bit curious about more things so that you can start to get in this energy, because Hanged Man reversed, usually he's in the upright like this, and he's able to look at things through a different lens to gain enlightenment, to gain the truth. But the Hanged Man reverse is almost like not setting yourself free even after you know something. The Knight of Wands is also a lack of action, lack of optimism. And the King of Wands. What exactly is the Page of Wands about here? The Emperor, 2 of Wands. So it is about your future, where you want to go, making decisions based on that, creative decisions most likely. Things that you're passionate about is very important with that King of Wands too. I wonder what this is about though. I want to know why that came up reverse. 10 of Swords reverse. You know what that is? Not cutting something out, even though it's kind of, past its time. Star, healing. What exactly is the 10 of Swords reverse? Ace of Wands, a lack of action, like I was saying. I feel like you're addressing the fears that have been keeping you stuck and somehow been serving you in some way. Comfort zone. Maybe painful, but it's comfortable pain. So, okay, I can stay here, but that's not what you're doing anymore. Wow, so the star says that you're healing a massive soul lesson, right? You're healing something that I don't think is just this lifetime that you've had it for. It does feel like it's a massive breakthrough in terms of your soul, your soul's growth. So is there anything I want to say around this for my Virgos? Is there anything that I want to ask on your behalf? I think that that's it. I feel like you guys are finally making a big decision to put yourself out there and not be afraid of your own potential or being afraid of thriving, right? Some of you might have a fear of success, and that might be why you don't put yourself fully out there or take action on certain dreams, or again, I don't know what the impasse is. I guess it's different for everyone. Some of you it's again dead-end relationship. Some of you it is really just a way of doing something's not working for you, and Spirit's trying to, there's a reason why there's resistance there, because Spirit's like, no, don't go down that route. That's not going to make you happy. Maybe that makes other people happy, right? If you're comparing yourself to everyone else's journey, but that's not your journey to go on. So what is? I want to look at the growth card. The growth card does say, how do you want to be remembered? 4 of Cups. Yes, well, it's basically what we said. 4 of Cups is, I feel like you need to turn a dream into reality, because it will be your reality, right? The star is about success, dreams, goals, wish fulfillment, also healing, fully healing something. 4 of Cups is like imagining it, right? Fantasizing about it, but not ever actually taking action towards it. Feeling unhappy with what you've got, but also not changing that either. The Knight of Cups is representing an actual action that you're taking of overcoming some emotions in order to go and make it happen. It's also a cleanse going on for you too. That's part of your growth. Anything else you need to know about the impasse? 3 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're waiting. Okay, when is this going to move out the way so I can go down that direction? I wonder if you're being super stubborn with it. What is the impasse though? What is blocking Virgo? 3 of Pentacles. Could be about, a certain plan, or a certain partnership, or again, collaboration, a certain career path. And one more for why this is happening. In the High Priestess, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. So for some of you, maybe you need to heal first, right? 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, something needs to come to an end first. High Priestess, subconscious breakthrough first, right? Maybe that's what it is. You need to break through a certain blockage that you have so that you can actually have success. Like we said earlier, it does feel like a lot about your belief systems or your affirmations or how you view yourself. There's a blockage here, subconscious blockage. It's not just going to pass on its own. Like, it actually needs your action here, and balancing your feelings, having a new fresh journey, and no longer holding attachments to pain and the past, really. 10 of Swords, putting an end to that part of yourself. It's an identity that you have here that maybe you don't realize that's actually blocking you from moving forward. Does that make sense to you? It's like if you have an attachment to struggle that you've always had, right? But it's an attachment to it of like, I've struggled all my life, you know, and I don't know how to say it because I don't really know. I hope, let me know what you guys think about it, because, or what your, you know, blockage might be, if this is kind of like ringing true for you, and maybe you're understanding what yours is. It's like, I've tried so hard. I always, you know, not that you feel you always have to be trying so hard, but it's almost like my life has never been easy. And then you might have the assumption attached to that it will never be easy, right? That's what I'm kind of picking up on here. It's like, that's the energy that's going on. Or my life is terrible. My life has always been terrible. And then you have this feeling inside that it's also always going to be terrible, or I've always had to survive on, or I've always had myself and only myself. And maybe you have that assumption or belief that you might not be realizing is that you are always going to have that. So really diving deep into your psyche is so important, Virgo, this week, if you really want to attach to these new goals that you have. Okay, keep your heart open to receiving love from the universe and others. Okay, but anyway, let me know what that means for you. Let me know in the comment section how that might resonate. If you feel cool to, make sure you guys like and subscribe. But aside from that, I will see you guys next time.